I can still feel the weight in my chest from that moment, the exact second I realized my own team had quietly erased me. My name is Mia, and for the past 3 years I gave everything to a creative design agency I once loved. I was the dedicated one. The one who showed up early, stayed late, and poured my heart into every detail. I believed that hard work and loyalty would always be recognized, that real teams celebrated each other's light. This project was the biggest opportunity of my career so far, a full branding overhaul for a well-known tech company. For 7 intense weeks, I led the entire creative direction. I developed the core concept, created the visual identity, wrote the brand story, designed every mock-up, and refined the presentation until it truly shone. My teammates contributed small feedback here and there, but I carried the vision alone through countless sleepless nights. On the morning of the client presentation, I felt nervous but proud. I walked into the brightly lit conference room ready to support the team. But as the meeting started, my manager, Ryan, stood up with a big smile and began presenting. "This has been a true team effort," he said confidently. "We're excited to show you what we've created together." Slide after slide, every idea, every beautiful detail, it was all mine. Yet he kept saying we and our vision. The rest of the team nodded and smiled, soaking up the praise like they had been there with me through every late night. I sat quietly in my chair, my hands folded tightly in my lap, feeling smaller with every passing second. I told myself it was okay, that this was just how things worked sometimes, that the credit would come later. But deep down, I felt something breaking, and I had no idea that the real turning point was still ahead. The days after the presentation became heavier than I ever imagined. The client was thrilled. Our agency received glowing reviews, internal recognition, and even talk of a big bonus pool. Company-wide messages celebrated the team's outstanding creativity. Ryan suddenly became the golden boy, getting pulled into high-level meetings and sharing his success story everywhere. I felt completely invisible. Colleagues would casually congratulate the team, never knowing how much of the project had come from my late nights and quiet dedication. The excitement I once had for my work slowly turned into a deep ache of loneliness. One quiet afternoon, I finally found the courage to speak with Ryan. "Ryan, can we talk about the project?" I said softly. "I invested so much time and heart into it, and I feel like my contribution isn't really being seen." He leaned back in his chair, offering a sympathetic but firm look. "Mia, we're a team. Everyone played their part. You're doing great work, but we all succeed together. Let's not make this personal." His words left me shattered. I walked out of his office fighting back tears. That evening, I sat alone in my apartment, staring at the project files on my screen, wondering how people I trusted could so easily take what wasn't theirs. The betrayal cut deep. I started questioning my own value. Was I too quiet? Too trusting? Had I been foolish to believe hard work would speak for itself? I considered leaving the agency. I quietly updated my resume and reached out to a few connections. But something inside me, a quiet strength, told me to hold on just a little longer. Then came the important client feedback session. The entire leadership team was present, and that meeting changed everything. The conference room felt tense as the client's director of marketing, Mrs. Rebecca Torres, stood up to give her official review. After thanking the agency, she paused and looked around the table with calm confidence. "There's something I need to acknowledge," she said. "This project stood out because of its soul and creativity. After speaking with our team and reviewing the process, it's clear that one person poured her heart into making this vision come alive." She turned and looked directly at me. "Mia, your dedication, your beautiful concepts, and your attention to every detail made this campaign exceptional. We see you. Thank you for everything." The room fell completely silent. Ryan's face went pale. My teammates stared down at the table, avoiding eye contact. The agency owner looked stunned before quickly turning to me with surprise. "Mia, we clearly didn't fully understand the extent of your role," he said. In the weeks that followed, the truth continued to ripple through the agency. Ryan was quietly reassigned to smaller accounts. 2 colleagues who had been most vocal about the team's success were passed over for the promotion they expected. I was offered a well-deserved promotion to lead creative designer with a significant raise, and the agency made sure my contributions were properly credited moving forward. But the sweetest part wasn't the title or the recognition. It was the moment I looked in the mirror and finally felt proud of myself again. I realized I didn't have to fight loudly to be seen. Sometimes the truth finds its own way, especially when good people are brave enough to speak it. To anyone watching who feels unseen or betrayed in their workplace, keep creating with excellence. Document your efforts quietly, protect your peace, and never let others dim your light. Your worth is not defined by those who try to claim what you built. It is defined by the heart and soul you put into it. My team claimed my project as theirs until the truth came out. And that truth didn't just expose them, it finally set me free. Thank you for listening to my story.